All right, we thought about it. Now, we're going to break it down a little more. So police can write illegal tickets. Um, the big delivery companies can park wherever they want, and no one cares. When it used to be, if you were a truck driver, you knew how to drive a truck, and you could back into somebody's driveway, or you could pull in, and it wasn't a big deal. It's not an 18-wheeler. It's like 40 feet long. Stop being a baby and pull up in the driveway. Okay, and Circle K, we started buying like fresh hot food there because they'll accept food stamps for coffee and sandwiches and breakfast biscuits. And the first time we went, we didn't realize what we were doing. We bought it because we were hungry. We bought it, we gave it to the manager and bought it. Then the next day we came in, we were like, hey man, this is illegal, because we realized it. And he said, if I can ring it up, it's not effing illegal. That's the manager. So we called a corporate office, and left a message. Because nowadays, no one answers the phone. You can log a complaint on their website, or you can kick rocks. Okay, now, McDonald's. We have boycotted McDonald's for ourselves. We liked McDonald's, some of it. And here's the deal. In California, McDonald's, in, I'm not exactly sure, like several months, made $270 million extra by charging people 35 cents more. So you have the combo price, and they say, what drink would you like, sir? And you tell them, and then they go, 35 cents. Okay? $270 million they stole from people. Some guy somewhere was like, they're not going to notice 35 cents on their receipt. Just do it. Okay, and it works so well that now here in Ohio, 1 mile from my house, they charge you 85 cents. So that's misrepresentation. To have a picture of a drink, a side, and an entree, and when they say, what drink would you like? You tell them, and then they charge you again. That's illegal as hell. Okay, now we pitched a bitch with these people. So the first time we questioned it, and the lady ringing us up didn't know. She couldn't explain it, didn't understand. We realized it wasn't her fault, and we let it go. The next time we pulled up and asked to talk to somebody else, we got charged again, and 3 people were just kind of like ridiculous about it. All they could say is, that's the only way to ring it up. That's the way it is. That's how it comes. So we let it go. Okay. So the next time we pulled up, and we were like, okay, so which drink do I get that I don't have to pay for again? And the lady ringing it up couldn't comprehend what we were saying. We were like, which coffee comes with this price? And the manager got on the intercom and screamed at the top of her lungs, small! A manager. So we peeled out and pulled up, and we're like, look, I want to talk to your boss. Because I didn't realize that was the manager. So we hear the cashier lady go walk in there and say, this guy wants to talk to you. And she knew who we were. because we had already complained. And she screamed at the top of her lungs, I don't want to fucking talk to him. And we refused to move until she came. And about 10 minutes later, she came over with a big sweet smile on her face and said, yes, how can I help you? We looked her dead in the eye and said, you are a rude bitch. Somebody needed to tell her. People might say we're ugly about that. No. When you disrespect us, we're going to correct you and tell you why. We said, you are a rude bitch. And mumble, jumble. They don't even know what they're doing anymore. So if you want to charge me almost $1 for no reason, you better be able to explain your damn self. Okay, now that's on one level. Let's talk about another level entirely. So we watch a video of 2 cops look like an 18-year-old black kid into a jail. And they're like, look at the wall. Put your hands behind your back and look at the wall. So he does. He stands there perfectly still and stares at the wall. Okay, now, I don't know what the conversation was between the cops and the prison guard, but the prison guard walks over smiling and kind of gives a nod, like, watch this. He kicks the guy's leg out. And this kid hits the ground so hard, it cuts his head open. The guard grabs one arm and starts dragging him to the cell violently. He hits his head again on a steel door frame, cuts him open again. And the whole time this guard is smiling. And at the end of the video, this guy is basically tossed into a cell. And he's laying there in the middle of the floor, not knowing what the fuck just happened to him, bawling. And that man is innocent until proven fucking guilty. Or is this not America anymore? Because I can't tell. Let's talk about another video. Okay, so shows a man strapped into a restraint chair. And a Cuyahoga Falls prison guard is pummeling him repeatedly, straight to the face, as hard as he can. And the other guard, we were like, are you going to stop this? No, he launches from across the room with a right cross to a man strapped to a fucking chair. What does that say? Let's talk about another video. You know, when people imagine a prison, they imagine a cells. It's not the way it is anymore. It's one big, wide open room. And what we saw was a bunch of 2-inch thick foam mattresses thrown on the floor. And that's where a lot of these guys were sleeping. They didn't have beds. Half of them had beds, and there's about 5 or 6 mattresses just thrown on the floor. Now, I don't know the exact number, but I know it's between $20,000 and $35,000 that a prison gets to host a prisoner. Okay, and that's not even the sick part. The sick part is this guy kneels down by his bed, or he's about to, and then there's some kind of conversation between him and the guard. And I think the prisoner ignored him. So the guard assaulted him because he wanted to pray before he went to bed. He wanted to pray to Jesus Christ before he went to sleep. And that prison guard snatched him up by his throat. And that's where the video gets edited for 26 seconds. And when it starts playing again, he's drug off screen or to a door. Then the video gets edited again for 5 seconds. Now, that prison guard got disciplined. He got suspended for 5 days, and then he went back to work. And he probably effed with that guy for as long as he could. He probably hurt him off camera, probably told other inmates to F him up. So that's a crime. That's assault. That's illegal, right? Or wait a minute. Now you can just do whatever the fuck you want in this country, right? Because that's what it seems to be. That's the message. That's the message you're sending to all these kids you say are so terrifying. They see it every day. And it's a catch-22. It's a big fucking lie. You can't tell people, obey the law, be a good person. And when they look around, all they see is corruption and decay and lies. And I want to talk about one more video, and then we're going to stop. This video is about around a 20-year-old kid who went out to his car and got a BB gun so he could show somebody in an apartment. And somebody seen it. They called a man with a gun. First of all, a man with a gun is not a crime in this country. A man with a gun is what saved this country over and over. Okay? So, reportedly, a man with a gun. Now, the chest cam on these police show him standing in the hallway. There is no BB gun. It's already been in the apartment. He already put it up and showed whoever he wanted to show and then left it in that apartment. And he's walking in the hallway. Now, the cop screams at the top of his lung, "Get on the ground!" with the AR-15 pointed at him. Get on the ground! Okay? Now he starts screaming, "If you fucking move, I will kill you. If you fucking move, I'll kill you." Okay? So this kid is freaking out. He gets on the ground. He's like, "Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me." He starts crying. And for the next 5 minutes, it's nothing but confusing commands. And then the cop speaking admits that there's another cop behind him. Why did the fucking second guy didn't just walk up and put handcuffs on him at any point in this video? Any point. Didn't do it. They wanted to act like God that day. They wanted to make someone get on their knees and crawl to them at gunpoint. And when we seen that, we were like, yeah, I guess Nazis are still fucking alive. Because that's a Nazi. And a psychopath. With a badge and an AR-15. And around the end, he says, "Move towards me." And this kid starts moving, and his shorts are coming off. So he takes one hand, puts it on his leg, and he gets shot repeatedly. And the most disgusting part, not only did nothing happen to those police officers, they were let go. And on this asshole's rifle was death etchings. Like naming your rifle and putting all these like deaths, like demonic shit on it. Okay, so they let this guy go, and then 2 months later, they hire him back as a city servant so he could collect his fucking pension. After he murdered someone in cold blood. I don't care if you're a cop or not. You do not have the right to shoot an unarmed person. That is murder. That is fucking murder. And when millions of people go on YouTube and they see that, they go, you know what? You're not going to do that to me. If you think the Rodney King riots were bad, you need to go listen to that song by you need to go listen to that song because they're predicting it. They're talking about riots in every fucking city. Now, what tragedy is going to happen to cause that? Any of this shit. And when people wake up and they say the law doesn't matter because this is a lawless land, it's going to be your fault. It's going to be, like, it's not going to be the people's fault. It's not. And see the grand crescendo. By the way, a bunch of these videos had tons of views. And when we start looking at the comments, we wanted to puke. Everybody wants to say something witty or make a joke about this shit. Last video. A guy starts filming from his office at CERN. What he films is a bunch of freaking people come out in black robes around the Shiva statue that's in the courtyard. A woman walks up, disrobes, and is naked. She lays down on the ground. Some fucking dude walks up with a knife and stabs her in the heart. And online they say it's fake. It's not fake. And if no one believes me, some forensic expert needs to look at it because gross. It's disgusting. There's all this shit on YouTube. There's all this shit on everywhere. Why does nobody do anything about it? That's what we don't understand. We don't get it.